Central Minnesota Sports Hub. It's the Morning Sports Desk, presented by Wadena's Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade. Available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, and streaming on YouTube.
It is the Morning Sports Desk, powered by Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. I'm CJ Baumgartner. Corey Tackman is over there. We are in for another week of covering sports across Central Minnesota. But Corey, I'd be remiss if we didn't start by talking about a game that you called for our sister station in Alexandria on Friday night, because, oh boy, did that sound exciting.
Yeah, it was crazy, CJ. There's kind of no two ways around this. So, our sister station in Alexandria is covering Sauk Center football this year. So this was week 2. Kyle covered their first game. I was there against a big rivalry in Melrose. A beautiful complex, by the way, at Sauk Center, full turf field, whatever. It was pretty crazy. 20-12 at halftime. Melrose goes on to win in double overtime, 46-40.
Wow.
And there were 2 scores in the third quarter, but it was like an unbelievably fast-paced third quarter. All the excitement happened then in that fourth quarter. Okay, so that's the surface level of what that game ended up being. But check this out. This is like a cardinal sin of football. Melrose ended up winning that game 46-40 in double overtime. They had, by my unofficial count, lost 4 fumbles, threw 1 interception, and muffed a punt.
Yeah, that's not great.
They put 2 other balls on the ground that they ended up recovering. And there were at least a half a dozen snaps that went through the quarterback's fingers that he just couldn't. They had close to 15 balls on the ground in that game and still ended up winning 46-40 in double overtime. It was a ridiculous game. The Melrose coaches were joking after the game of what is the state record for number of turnovers and a win. Because we had to have been close to it. I mean, I'm not joking. They also had they tried a pooch punt, like the quarterback lined up in just shotgun.
Yep. And
just punted away. The ball didn't even land on the line of scrimmage. Like he almost just straight up missed it. It was just an insane, like there were 15 balls almost on the ground in that game.
Jeez.
I can't believe it. And it's like some of this is like early season, it's only week number 2.
Mm-hmm.
But some of this is like, I know what y'all are doing in practice this week.
You guys are watching. I know what plays specifically are getting picked out in film review, and then why the coach is going to say, all right, let's get out to the field. And you're just going to run for the rest of the Monday's practice.
Yeah, no, it was pretty brutal. That part of it was pretty brutal. But, a crazy finish. So I had a 5-setter volleyball on Thursday night, and then I had a double overtime football game on Friday night. That's a fun way to end the week.
Yeah, no, I'd say so. That's a good way to put a cherry on top of your weekend. By the way, you can find a full write-up of all the football games that happened in our region when you go to Sports Cow on Facebook or WadenaRadio.com. Moo. Speaking of write-ups, our guy Zeke has been killing it on the cross-country beat so far this year, and he's going to have more. We don't have a radio coverage this afternoon, but Zeke will be doing a little bit of a write-up on the cross-country meet that's taking place in Long Prairie at the Long Prairie Country Club. So he's going to have the results and some of the things there. There's a whole bunch of local teams, Corey, that are at this thing. It's why Zeke is making a point to cover it today. Ashby, Brandon, Evansville, Border West, Holdingford, Long Prairie, Gray Eagle, Melrose, Morris, Ortonville, Osakis, Parker's Prairie, Pillager, Royalton, Sauk Center, and Verndale will all be there. There's just a ton of stuff happening. Also, he says that there's a bunch of stuff coming up this week. With Perham running, Staples running later in the week. So there's just a lot of stuff going on that's going to be really, really great. That you're going to want to check out when you go follow Sports Cow on Facebook or go to WadenaRadio.com. Just a lot of great coverage of all that. And I know, Corey, you have some girls tennis write-ups too from the weekend that people can go read.
Yeah, I've got 6 tennis results that are up. We've got more cross country from the Dragon Invite at Moorhead. from the weekend. There's Barnesville invites, cross country. You mentioned the football results. So yeah, WadenaRadio.com, the local sports tab, Sports Cow on Facebook. Once again, everyone together. Moo.
All right. Let's talk about the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena, Corey, because it's great. They're great, and I'm getting kind of hungry. So sell me on pizza for tonight's Vikings game.
This is easy. Breaking news from the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. You could win a Nintendo 2 Switch.
A Switch 2?
And a 50-inch TV in the ultimate prize giveaway.
What?
How do you enter, you ask, CJ?
Yeah, how do you enter?
It's easy. If you have a FunZone Rewards account, you are already automatically entered. If you're not a FunZone Rewards member yet, scan the QR code on the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade Facebook page and join by September 30th for your automatic entry. An unbelievable prize bundle coming from the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade. Check them out on Facebook for all the details. You got until the end of the month. I wonder what we are going to focus on throughout the entire month. The ultimate prize giveaway from the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena.
Corey, I will be honest with you. I don't believe I am a FunZone Rewards member. I don't believe my wife is a FunZone Rewards member. Heck, I might sign my 1-year-old up. This is an awesome prize giveaway.
It's an unbelievable prize giveaway, and I would like to fix that for you a little bit. You're not a FunZone Rewards member yet.
No, I will be. Honestly, I should just be signing up right now while we are having our Vikings discussion, because holy goodness, this is such a great deal. And obviously, you can just imagine some kid dreaming of getting that Switch 2 with the big TV in their room, and they can just go bananas. Or the fun part about the Switch is you can take it off the console, and it's a handheld device as well, which is the beauty of Nintendo. But man, that would be pretty darn cool to get a Mario Kart machine.
Useful, eh?
Very, very useful. The Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena, not only do they have the ultimate prize giveaway, but great pizza, chicken, mashed potatoes, and all that great stuff, too. Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. All right, Corey, you could also enjoy Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena because you could buy big old pizza, go home, and sit and watch the Vikings game, or you could watch it in the restaurant. But let's talk a little Minnesota Vikings football, Corey. Week number 1, here we go. You want to know how excited I am for this week 1 tilt between the Vikings and the Bears?
Yes, CJ, tell me more.
Well, first, I'm getting ready for my air shift later this afternoon in the Superstation K-106, and I decided to dig up this old little nugget just to get me all in the mood.
All right. We're ready to rock.
Longtime rivals go toe-to-toe. The Vikings lock their horns with Chicago.
Wow. Went way back for this one.
Monday night football's coming on tonight.
There was no Carrie Underwood and Faith Hill do a great job with the Sunday Night Football intro. Nothing could beat the peak of Monday Night Football in the late 90s, early 2000s with Hank giving that intro, then the helmets shoot up into space, and then they come back down over the stadium field, and they just bam, and then they got the ba-na-na-ba, and then it's like Trico or it's Michaels or whoever it is that sets the stage for you. The pageantry of Monday Night Football was peaked in that era.
Yeah, probably. I don't. There's two things. One, that was awesome. You found the Minnesota and Chicago. That you found that specific one. Also, I love, CJ, that you have an opinion on the Monday Night Football theme.
I have an opinion on lots of things, Corey. Whether people want to hear it or not, well, you're listening to this podcast, so you know.
My question is it peak or is now actually better? Are you just?
I mean, look, Chris Stapleton does a good job. I think he did it for a couple of years. I don't know who's doing it this year. I know Florida Georgia Line did it for a little bit. I know that they kind of experimented with some things for a while. And yeah, I will admit there's a lot of nostalgia baked into this, but it was also just really good.
Who do you think is it going to be Chris Stapleton again? I guess I didn't pay attention to it at all.
Chris Stapleton, but he did like his cover of Coming in the Air Tonight. I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
Yep.
Which like is cool, but I don't quite know if like it, and Chris Stapleton's a great singer. Obviously he kills it. I don't quite know if it gets me ready for football in the same way that Hank doing a different, little kind of twist on All My Rowdy Friends Are Coming Over Tonight.
I would argue, CJ, that look at your jersey. You threw on the Teddy Two Gloves jersey here today. You woke up this morning and threw on a Teddy Two Gloves jersey. Do you really need Hank to get you in the mood?
Kinda.
Is that the way to put it? By the way, you notice I came fully. I woke up even earlier than you, and I got my stuff. This was a birthday present, by the way. This T-shirt. My 5-year-old is like, "You like the Vikings, right, Dad?" I'm like, "Yeah, buddy.
Yes.
Okay, I got you this shirt."
All right. Good gift.
So, yeah, I'm ready. What do you think? How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, honestly. A couple things. One, just because of the Vikings had they had a big off season. They had a draft where they filled some areas they wanted to fill, and like all off season has been hype. And basically, when you get into training camp, how do the vibes feel? Like if you remember in 2018, the Vikings signed Kirk Cousins. They came off the championship game appearance. Like everybody was picking them, but if you like followed the team like in training camp, the vibes were off because Zimmer wanted to strangle Cousins for commanding $30 million and wanted to strangle his offensive coordinator before the season even started. Yep. And then, like you could already tell the vibes were off before they'd even played a game. The vibes feel a lot better. They're feeling good. And more importantly, if you look on the other side for Chicago, there was a big article that came out over the weekend talking about how, Caleb Williams accused all the coaches of never helping him. Well, now those same coaches have fired back and kind of said, that guy's entitled and didn't come prepared. And we basically had to dumb everything down for him. And like all of this stuff where it's like, Chicago's got like Caleb Williams might be a problem. Like he's talented, but he might be a problem. Like is the biggest thing.
So we knew, right? Everybody knew that it's a
combination of what we already knew. It's not just a vibe. It's like, okay, that actually is true.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly. So the vibes are weird for Chicago. It's a kind of weird. It's a weird but important season for them. Vikings, I think, are going to come in and do what they need to do. I mean, I'm a Vikings fan and wearing the jersey. I think they're going to win tonight.
That's it.
Yeah, we're going to deep dive it in a little bit, but I'm just getting my generic. I mean, they're going to win.
So my general rule is when I pick games that like if you're whoever's home opener it is the team I pick to win.
Yeah.
So like I do think that Chicago will in all likelihood, like if Chicago wins this game, it should not come as a surprise.
Oh no, not at all.
If Chicago wins this game, it's going to be ugly. Let me tell you, that might be a really ugly football game. I do want to after a Sunday, the first Sunday of football. It is going to be really important. I always do this before the start of every season. And I think it's especially important for the Vikings and Vikings fans this season is JJ McCarthy has played 13 snaps in his professional career, and all of them have been preseason snaps.
Yeah, so no actual snaps.
I don't know if 13 is the correct number. It's 13, give or take, right? It might only be 9. It might be 20. I don't know. I don't know what the exact number is. The point is that's all he has played. And week 1 doesn't mean diddly squat. Whatever Packer fans in your life are trying to tell you, it doesn't mean anything. So this game, I think more than anything is just going to be, there might be some fireworks like the Sunday night football game. Holy buckets. That game was super weird, but that doesn't mean that it's going to necessarily be great football.
Right.
And I think Vikings fans in particular, Chicago Bears fans are always prepared for this. We need to prepare for this game to be pretty ugly.
Soldier Field games get ugly. Now the Vikings have won their last, 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24. They've won their last 5 games at Soldier Field, which tell yourself that a decade ago. And you're like, what? They've won 5 in a row in Chicago? Because that place has been a house of horrors for the Vikings.
Correct.
And that's true. I mean, we remember the year in 2015, the Vikings won the division that year. They won 11 games, but they started the year on Monday Night Football on the road, losing to San Francisco on a team that won maybe 4 games all year, and they just laid a complete egg. And that's possible week 1. There's just a lot of stuff that you kind of whatever happens in week 1 either confirms all your priors or is just a mirage, and you should completely ignore it.
Week 1 is week 4 of the preseason, actually.
Exactly. These games just count, and the starters play the whole time.
Unfortunately, the games count. That's basically the gist.
The Patriots in the Bill Belichick era always used September as like their just go 2-2. Obviously you don't want to get, if you go on, if you're 1-3 at the end of September, okay, well, like now you got a problem. But like in the grand scheme of things, you starting 0-1 isn't the death knell to your season. You need to take the first month of the year to figure out what's going on and what you need to do. And then that way, October, November, you win a bunch of games and set yourself up for a December run.
Let's go
to this thing. All right. Here's how we're going to break down our full coverage of this game, because we'll just talk ourselves in circles. We are going to play a game called More or Less, Corey. Okay. I'm going to give you a few different stat lines. These are not betting lines. These are just my own house lines that I'm making up. And you just need to tell me, you cannot say, oh yeah, that number is exactly perfect. You need to give me more or less.
Isn't it ballsier if I pick the number you give?
No, it's not.
Boring. It's more boring.
Yeah, no. Who would want to listen to a podcast, Corey, where I give a take and you go, you're exactly right, and then you give a take and I go, you're right, Corey, good job.
Can I tell you something? I would love to, for once in my life, listen to a podcast like that. Damn it, do people just have to disagree all the time? Like, no, that was a perfect number. I think that's exactly right. Good job.
Corey, I disagree with that take with all of my heart, and in fact, you should quit your job immediately.
Just 1-1. We don't have to fight over everything, CJ.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We are fighting over if we should fight.
All right.
All right, let's do this thing. I have a few different Vikings-related numbers. We'll start off with the quarterback, because that's where everybody is going to be looking in today's game. J.J. McCarthy, 3 passing touchdowns, more or less. Less. Yeah.
Fewer.
I think, how about this? What if I lowered it? What if I said 2 passing touchdowns, more or less?
So, well, the correct number is 2.5. The correct number here is 2.5.
So you would say less, but you would settle on the number 2. You would say he throws 2 touchdown passes today.
Correct. This is why I am having an argument with you over you picking the correct number or not, because 2's a fair number here.
That's why I bumped it up to 3. I wanted to see if you'd own it or if I wanted, because I was first going to put out the number 2, but I was like, that actually might be the number.
When you ask 3, that means I have to pick more, which means 4, which is insane. Mm-hmm. You're not asking about 3. You think
if you were to go more, that would be a take. That would be.
Yeah, no, I'll trust me. If I think he's going to throw 6 touchdowns in a game, I'll tell you.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if he only throws 1 touchdown pass in this game.
Yes,
for a couple different reasons. One is just because it's his first career start, so we have no idea. Sam Darnold was capable of throwing like 4 touchdowns in a game, but that guy had been an established starter for like 5 years. So like, or at least an established player in this league. Like that was a little easier to say. And
starter's a stretch. He had started.
Well, yeah. He had been established that he was a starting quarterback. Nobody had ever said he was a great one.
Starter too.
By the way, they lost yesterday against the Niners. Weird. And then he threw for like 150 yards.
Mm-hmm.
The Kevin O'Connell school for guys who don't throw very good and want to throw very good. Is real, as evidenced by Daniel Jones carving up the Dolphins yesterday.
It doesn't count. If it's true for us that it doesn't count week 1, it doesn't count for Daniel Jones either.
The other reason I think for J.J. McCarthy is the Vikings have revamped the offensive line. They've revamped the run game. And the reason they did is because Sam Darnold threw 30-plus touchdowns last year because they couldn't run in the red zone.
Correct.
Like if they're on the goal line, they couldn't run. They didn't have the dogs up front. And Aaron Jones was good, and he could shift through a little bit, but they didn't have like a true, like, I'm going to put my head down and try and bury you. And that's what George Mason is for this team. It's just a guy you're going to give the football to, or Jordan Mason is the guy.
Call him a mid-level March Madness school?
Yeah, pretty much. Jordan Mason's going to get the football, and he's going to run it up the middle. His job is on 3rd and 1. You give it to him in the I formation, and he's going to put his head down and get you 2 yards. That's essentially what he is, and I think that will impact too as well. And if you remember last year with Darnold, the Vikings did run a lot in the first couple weeks of the season. They didn't really ask Darnold to do a whole lot. And by the middle of the year, the running game started to fall apart, and they were just like, all right, Sam, you got to figure this all out on your own here. I think with McCarthy, they'll be a little more willing to run the football, at least early on. So.
Yes, they have to be, right? I mean, unless he's a whiz kid, then...
Unless, of course, Justin Jefferson's just wide open every play. And
the real question is, do you think they run or throw on the first play of the game?
That's a good question. Because part of me thinks like, oh yeah, they'll just call like a simple dive play just to get on the board, get McCarthy his first snap. But then another part of me is like, it's Kevin O'Connell, and that guy loves to hit the pass button. And what if he's like, all right, play number 1, JJ, let's get you just a nice, simple little 2-yard out route just to Hawkinson.
You don't think like a play action to Thielen just to get all?
I don't think they'll go that ball. If they were at home, I would say probably. On the road in Soldier Field, no, they'll give him, it'll be some kind of really easy play just to get a completion and be like, all right, first one out of the way, let's go.
How about this? Play action, look deep, check down underneath to Hawkinson for a gain of 3.
It's one of those where it's like a hard play action and the running back just kind of leaks into the flat and he's the dump off.
Correct. Yes, exactly.
But also, yeah, Hawkinson's going to run a deep corner and Jefferson's going to run a fly down the field. And if he's there, he's there. Otherwise, just dump it off. Yeah, that's also in play. All right.
We're on the first.
Speaking of wide receivers, Adam Thielen, more or less 5 targets. Now, keep in mind, he averaged 8 targets, not receptions.
Targets.
And if you look last year in Carolina, where he was Bryce Young's security blanket, he averaged 8 targets per game in his entire tenure in Carolina.
Is he on a limited count or anything?
No, I think
he's the guy, right? He's number 2 tonight.
Yeah, he's got to be number 2 because Addison's got.
Then more.
You're going more.
Who else? I mean, there's only, yes, more. They're going to run 70 plays tonight. How many plays do they run in the game? 60?
60, yeah, about.
Yeah, correct.
I'll go less. And the reason I'm going less is because the Bears secondary is banged up, so Jefferson's going to get his. I also think you'll see some screen game plays with Aaron Jones where he'll get a few. And then I also think, like, at least for myself, I'm not, speaking for anybody else. I feel like we kind of forget TJ Hawkinson exists a little bit. Like, he is going to be, as much as Adam Thielen will be a security blanket for McCarthy, so will TJ Hawkinson. And I feel like because they've been in camp longer and just have a little more rapport, that I feel like Hawkinson will get more of those catches. So and also first game back for Thielen. So I feel like it's going to be 5 less. I feel like it's going to be less than 5 targets.
Yeah, no, I there's too many plays. There's too many plays in the game for the number 2 receiver to only get that many targets. I mean, if he only gets that many targets, it's because either, like you said, Jefferson's just open all the time, or because JJ McCarthy isn't good. You know what I mean?
Or at least is having a rough one out there.
Right.
But you'd think if he's having a rough one out there, he'd like look to Thielen a lot. But
well, he's the 2 guy, so you got to remember he's not the third option, like
right.
Third option.
In a month, he'll be the 3rd option.
Correct. So I don't know. I don't know. That doesn't really help or hurt my argument, but like Thielen's running real routes here.
Mm-hmm.
Just totally disrespectful to every 3rd receiver. I don't mean it that way.
But also Jalen Naylor, you're just the clear out guy. Run deep and make that safety decide to cover you.
Yes, of course.
All right. Jonathan Grenard.
Mm-hmm.
Quarterback hits. So if you look at Jonathan Grenard's quarterback hits last season, he led the Vikings in QB hits. He averaged about 2 a game last season.
Okay.
Does he get more quarterback hits or less? 2 is the number. More or less quarterback hits. Now, this could be sacks, or it could just be he gets the ball away, but Grenard's still able to kind of, get his momentum, be able just to lay a little lick. I go more. I'm going more with this one. I think Grenard is going to feast on Williams like he did at the Metrodome, back at the US Bank Stadium last December.
So that's my question. And this is a thing I will admit weakness on. I don't know anything about anybody else because I don't care. What's the offensive line like? What's that? And in particular, that side of the offensive line for Chicago.
They got Joe Thuney from Kansas City, but otherwise they revamped it a little bit, but it'll still be a unit that'll have a little bit of question marks.
All he needs is 3 quarterback hits here to be over. So
Yeah.
I'll say over.
All right. And the thing about the Vikings defense as well is Jonathan Grenard's back. Obviously, Blake Cashman, who's the team's leading tackler because he's the middle linebacker. You have Andrew Van Ginkel. I wanted to go like, there's no good way to do a more or less unless I just did one. But like I was thinking like Andrew Van Ginkel pick 6, which is definitely in play for any game that Andrew Van Ginkel is a part of. But, you know.
I would take the under no matter what. Make it 0.5. He's going to get one or he isn't. I'll take he is not going to get one.
Right, exactly. That's why I was like, it's not quite the betting.
It's like, it just doesn't happen.
Right. All right. Speaking of the Vikings and their new look offensive line, Christian Darrisaw is pointing towards playing. I guess it's not confirmed, but that might be a little bit of gamesmanship. It feels like Christian Darrisaw is going to play, at least in my gut feeling. But so Darrisaw, you have Donovan Jackson, the new draft pick. You have the center, Joe Kelly. You have Ryan Kelly. Joe Kelly is the reliever for the Dodgers. These names all sound too similar, Corey. I don't like it.
He graduated from Sibley East in 2004.
Yep. Yes, he did.
Yeah, different guy, but you know.
Will Fry's the right guard, and the right tackle, of course, is Brian O'Neill. Vikings offensive line, 2 sacks allowed, more or less.
See, this is where 2 is a really good number, and I wish you would have picked either 1.5 or 2.5.
Yeah, but I want you to really feel it. I want you to have an opinion.
But no, I do have an opinion, and my opinion is this is where I wish you would have picked 1.5 or 2.5, because when you ask me 2, it implies 3 sacks, which feels like a lot, or 1 sack, which doesn't feel like too many. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, this is where I think the 2 is a totally fair number. I'll say over. Just because JJ's new at this, and he's just gonna hold on to it.
I'm gonna go less because I think it's a little bit of I think the Vikings offensive line is good. It's also like I just can't name a single pass rusher for the Bears outside of Sweat. Like they just have one guy, and I think he can be bottled up pretty easily.
Khalil, right?
Yeah, totally.
Dick Butkus.
Yeah. I think Brian Urlacher's in there somewhere.
Urlacher.
Yeah.
Elias Peppers.
Yes, of course. Who could forget him?
Guys.
Leslie Frazier. Who could forget that guy?
Yeah, I don't know. This is my weak spot. I don't think it's gonna. It really does depend on if Darrisaw is playing or not. I think that is really important in this equation. But also, JJ's just new, and he's gonna be intent on trying to make a play for a little longer than he should.
Yeah, that's fair. I think what also helps too, and this is something that Darnold had a little bit but didn't do a ton of, McCarthy can also just scramble, which I think will help, where it's like the pocket collapses and like you said, maybe he does try and hang in there and make a play. That could very well happen. But like with Darnold last year, he just stood in and made the play, whereas McCarthy, we saw it a little bit in the preseason, could just kind of bail on a play and get on a 4th and 5, can just bail and get 5 yards and move the chains. And I think that'll help in the way Case Keenum didn't take a lot of sacks with the Vikings because he could just kind of slip his way out of the pocket and run around. So, all right, last one. Miles Price, the Vikings' new kick and punt returner. He is, I believe he's an undrafted free agent from a year ago. Either that or he is a rookie from Indiana. He is going to be the Vikings' punt returner. So 1 muffed punt, more or less. What do you think out of the rookie making his first career start punt returning at Soldier Field?
Yeah, no less.
I'm going less. It was he muffed a little bit of a punt in that final preseason game in Carolina. A bunch of Vikings fans have freaked out about it because the fact that he kind of won it by default, because if you look at the Vikings depth chart, their number 2 punt returner is, and I kid you not, Adam Thielen.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's a fair spot for him. No, I mean, these guys, I'm just going to jinx it. These guys just catch the ball. Like, this is like, hey, Byron Buxton over under a half a fly ball dropped during the baseball season. We're all picking under, right?
Right.
The thing is they catch so many balls that statistically Byron Buxton's going to drop a fly ball.
It's going to be an outlier.
It's going to happen. This guy's they catch so many punts He's not there. It's not going to happen.
I think a lot of the punt returner conversation, like, yeah, you want a good one, but a lot of teams don't have a good one. If you have an elite one, like a Marcus Sherrills, you hang on to him for a decade.
Can I amend my answer?
Yeah.
If he doesn't drop one, he's not going to. But if he muffs one, he's muffing two.
Yes. If he has one that looks, he doesn't even have to muff it. Just one where it looks kind of weird or it looks like at the last second he has to readjust. One's coming.
I'm driving to your house and throwing my phone at your face if he drops the first one of the game. I will leave the game and come harass you in person.
Defense gets a 3-and-out out of Caleb Williams. You can hear Joe Bucco. And there's the punter, new returner, Miles Price. He drops the ball, and the Bears take over inside the 20.
I'm going to be real mad. I'm going to be real mad at you if that's how this.
Huge break for Chicago. And then Troy will do his thing. Yeah, Joe, the Vikings really didn't do a great job handling this punt. I mean, Price looks up. He has no idea what he's looking at. And he just drops the ball. And huge break for Chicago, Joe. But that'll.
Yeah, no, I'm going to hate it. I'm going to be real mad. I'm going to be real mad. Not fake mad. Real mad.
That'll be unfortunate. All right, let's wrap up the podcast by talking about the college football all-name team. Are you ready?
Yep. This is the A squad now, correct?
Yes, we are officially to the A group, the one who will establish us as the best names in college football. Are you ready? Can anybody overcome what was his name from last week?
Well, we had Fat Forest was my B squad favorite. Lava Lavahi was my C squad favorite, and Tini Tintali was my honorable mention favorite.
All right. Quarterback out of Army, God's Power, Nawahi.
We're done. See you tomorrow, folks.
His first name is God's Power, like capital GODSPOWER. That's all one word. God's Power.
Yep, one word, God's Power.
And I can't even do this Latin. Nawahi, like NWAWUIHE.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your last name is if your first name is God's Power.
They're like doing a pregame prayer and they go, through God's power, all things are possible. And the quarterback's like, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
The power of Christ compels you. We know.
We know, dude.
Where does he play? Did you say that?
Army.
I don't like any. I mean, it's just
a big win over Kansas State on Saturday.
Army, the one that runs all the time.
Army and Navy, they just run the option the whole time.
Triple option stuff. No, that name stinks. That's not a good name.
Running back for Montana State out of the Grizz.
Nope, Bobcats if you're Montana State.
University of Montana. Thank you.
There we go. University of Montana is the Grizz. Okay.
Tommy Running Rabbit.
Yeah, no, great. Another Native American name. It's perfect. Running back, Running Rabbit. Are you kidding me?
Perfect.
Running Rabbits is 10 out of 10 perfect.
The only thing that could make it more perfect is if he played for South Dakota State.
Correct.
The Jackrabbits.
That is correct.
Running back out of North Carolina State.
If you are from Montana and have the chance to play for the Grizz or the Cats, much like if you are an NDSU fan, you would never go play at SDSU. The same applies in Montana. Not a single thing that would get you to go to SDSU over playing for the Grizz. Not a thing.
Running back from North Carolina State, Hollywood Smothers.
Pretty good.
Like Simpsons character.
Pretty good. I do like Hollywood Smothers. It does feel like a really great free safety name. Hollywood Smothers is a better, like Troy Polamalu could have been. He's more of a strong safety. Ed Reed is the Hollywood Smothers. You know what I mean? Although Ed Reed was perfect for him. Anyway, it's got a little free safety. Smothers, because you want a guy who covers and hits a little bit. But Hollywood Smothers is cool.
Wide receiver out of Purdue, Nitro Tuggle.
Yeah, great.
Nitro. Does all the work. Wide receiver out of Kent State, DeRealist Clark.
Oh, we got a DeRealist?
DA_REALYST.
Oh, was it last year we got the coldest?
Yep.
And so this year we get the
realist.
The realist?
Yeah. He's not the optimist Clark. He's the realist Clark.
Can you tell me Nitro's name again?
Nitro Tuggle.
Can you imagine if on one team we had Nitro Tug and Turbo Dick.
No, I don't think we could handle it.
We can just move on if you want.
I don't think we could handle it.
We don't have to. It's been acknowledged.
Well, you had it bacon in your brain and it had to get out there. Wide receiver out of South Carolina, Amazon Littlejohn.
Oh,
So it's not Amazon, it's spelled with an E. Amazon.
Amazon. Yeah, that's fun.
Amazon Littlejohn. It just rolls off the tongue.
It does. I agree.
Tight end, Colorado State, Rocky Beers.
Perfect. And where is he playing?
Colorado State for the Rams.
At the Rockies. Really great.
Rocky Beers. That sounds like the name.
An NIL deal instantly.
Instantly with Coors. Like
Instantly put him on the list.
Rocky Beers sounds like the name of a generic beer that like a sitcom uses because they don't want to pay for brand, like actual brand name ones.
Correct.
Offensive lineman out of South Carolina, Tree Babalade.
Really good. Is he left tackle?
Offensive lineman, but he's listed on the outside, so maybe.
Tree Babalade.
Babalade.
Oh, that's so good.
So good.
He's a psychology major.
Probably, yeah.
I want to see how big he is.
Well, you're looking that up. Another offensive tackle.
330? Yeah, no, Tree's the right name.
Came out as a stump.
Okay, I like that one. That one might be my favorite so far.
Offensive lineman from Appalachian State, Big Al Oliver.
All right, we're done here.
This is the varsity team for a reason. They're the starters for a reason.
Big Al Oliver?
Yep. In the mountains. It's
Dinger?
Big Al in the mountains of Appalachia.
Hi, my name is Big Al, and I hit dingers.
I forgot about that kid. Is that him?
It might be. It might be that guy.
He might be old enough by now.
Big Al Oliver. By the way, that is doing that reminded me the only impression I can do. Do you know Super Dave?
Yes, yeah.
Hey, let me tell you a joke. It's the only impression I can do is of Super Dave.
I am not a part of this.
I am not a part of this, okay? Where did you think of that?
I didn't write it. Offensive lineman out of who cares where. Crush.
I got to look up Big Al Oliver. Sorry.
Crush Sowers.
Oh, yeah.
That's
That's
spelled with a K.
really good.
You reap what you sowers. Offensive lineman out of Southern Methodist University, King Large.
King Large is great. Again, we've made it to the A squad for a reason. Every single one. Sometimes we've had great names that haven't always necessarily applied to the position. Every single one of these names goes with the position they play.
Offensive lineman from Virginia Tech, Hans Hammer.
Yep.
Maybe a linebacker would have been a little better, but I'll take it.
Or yeah, I was a linebacker, fullback sort of guy,
Yep.
which he probably was in high school.
Probably. Kicker from Ball State, D.C. Pippin.
DC. Okay, that's fun.
Yep.
It's just fun to say.
D.C. Pippin pimps it through the uprights.
Yes, he does.
Yes. Defensive lineman out of North Texas, Divine Love Anochi.
Yeah, good. Divine love.
Divine Love Anochi.
Yeah.
Divine Love. Divine brings the tough love on the sack. Yeah, something like that. All right, defensive lineman out of Cal, Legend Journey.
Legend Journey. Okay, that's not awful.
It works. Defensive lineman for Coach Bielema's Fighting Illini, Gentle Hunt.
I mean, it's great. Gentle Hunt is great. It just doesn't. Gentle is not like the ideal football name. That's all.
It might just be because he's like 300 pounds and just looks like he's a gentle giant or something like that.
Sure, but then he squishes you into smithereens.
Yeah, it's like he'll hug you too hard and your neck will break or something.
He's like Lenny from Of Mice and Men.
Yes, exactly.
Hug it and pet it and stroke it, and he shall be mine.
Defensive lineman out of Tulane, Elliot Nairn, but Elliot is spelled Eliyt.
Yeah, no, I don't like it. I'm out on that one.
I'm out on that one too.
The worst one.
Worst one.
It's just a normal sounding name that's spelled funny.
Mm-hmm. Linebacker out of Duke, memorable factor.
That name sucks so hard. Memorable what?
Memorable factor.
Oh my gosh. I hate that one.
Mm-hmm.
What am I supposed to say about that?
It's memorable.
What do you call that guy? What do you call Mem? Hey, Memmy.
MFer, maybe? That's why that might be it. That literally might be it.
Yeah, I don't like that. But is that the best one, CJ?
Apparently.
It's I mean, I'm gonna have to give you it's between that one and one other one.
Linebacker out of Bowling Green, Gideon ESPN Lamprin.
Boo.
ESPN is his middle name.
Yeah, no, Gideon's cool, Lamprin's cool. The middle name there is ridiculous.
Linebacker out of South Carolina. You'll like this one. Demon Clowney.
Yeah, is it Jadavion? Related?
That's a good question.
You said South Carolina, yeah?
I know. That's why I'm looking it up right now.
Demon. Perfect. I mean, it's perfect.
Demon Clowney. We are looking at reject all, man. Looking at the edge rusher from blah blah blah. What's his high school?
It's gotta be.
He's a cousin of Jadavion Clowney.
Sure he is.
Cousin. So there you go. Linebacker out of Who Cares University. Pig Cage.
Yeah.
Defensive back. Cage for a defensive back is great. First name Pig. There you go.
All right. We might not be able to
whittle down.
We might not need to have a conversation anymore.
Another defensive back out of Who Cares University. Dude person.
Dude looks like a person.
All right. Defensive back out of Rice. Mobility.
I was prepared for mobility.
Yep.
I do like that.
MOH, capital B, ILITY.
The best ability is mobility.
Mm-hmm. He's probably got those shirts printed and ready to roll.
Has to.
Defensive back out of Arizona State. Ghost Rouser.
Pretty good. Good. That feels like almost like that would be the name of the school song at like Arizona State or something.
Right, because they're the Sun Devils.
Yeah, or Wake Forest.
Mm-hmm.
The band director, the drum major is down. He's holding up the Ghost Rouser. They're in the red zone. Get Ghost Rouser ready.
Get it ready. Punter out of LSU. Badger Hargett.
Huh?
Badger Hargett.
Yeah.
For LSU.
Yeah. Badger. You imagine Coach O saying that?
Badger.
Oh,
there's one man down there. That's Badger Hargett. Yeah, he gets after the football now. Long snapper from Wisconsin. Deed Capper.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, it's good. That's ridiculous. How many of these? I would name my kid none of these names.
You would name your kid Deed, D-E-E-D?
No. Over under. We should have played the over under a number of kids you'll name these names. Zero.
I mean, part of it's you have to have a last name that also kind of goes with it.
True.
So, yeah. If my last name was Billity, I might name a kid Mo. I wouldn't spell it M-O-H, but I would, Mo is in there.
I'll tell you, I had a friend in college. His last name was spelled T-I-E-S.
Mm-hmm.
It was pronounced Teese, but that's not how it looks, right?
Yep.
His first name was Bo.
Of course it was, because it should be.
It should be. I mean, I would not have been brave enough to do it, but of course, all
right, Corey, let's wrap this up here and get out of here. Your all-time team name, your all-name teams first play, like on a bullet, what's the number one name you've heard?
Well, my favorite for today is different than my overall answer. My overall answer actually comes from the honorable mention because I just love the way it rolls, and it's Tinny Tinny Tolly is my overall favorite. But if you take away the banner, you will see my today's favorite.
All right, here we go. Pig Cage. Pig Cage is your perfect.
It was a toss-up. I went back and forth between Pig Cage and Big Al Oliver and Memorable Factor, but Pig Cage is offensive.
At least he's a defensive back. He cages you up.
That's right.
Old Pig is bringing you to the cage.
Yep. Yeah. Pig Cage. Ridiculous choice. Terrible job by his parents.
All right. Skol Vikings. We'll see you tomorrow.
Powered by Wadena's Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade. Follow the Morning Sports Desk on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And watch every show on YouTube.